Greetings and welcome to this special installment of the Husky Grappler. 10 St. Cloud State Huskies started the regional tournament last weekend here at St. Cloud State. 10 qualified for the national tournament in Cedar Rapids, Iowa this upcoming week. Before we preview this national tournament in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, we will recap a memorable regional tournament here in Hallenbeck Hall. It all started at 125 pounds and Brett Velasquez having once again his third straight NCAA Division II Super Region 3 championship. Brett had one heck of a season.
Yeah, he's had a great end of the season here. He's really started to peak, really started to climb that hill. And again, just year after year, he finds ways to wrestle his best at the end of the year. And he's done it again this year, winning that Super Region 3 championship. And we're looking for him to even go a little bit higher, wrestle a little bit better, elevate his game one more time, one more step to get back on the top of that podium in the national tournament.
133 pounds, Adam Dean, after having a hiccup in the semifinal round against a tough wrestler from Upper Iowa and Josh Walker. Adam Dean went on to beat Naquan Hardy, not for the first time, but for the second time that tournament. He sure showed up on the backside.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a lot of people don't see is all the work that Adam's put in throughout the year, everything that he's done, accomplishing, getting his weight under control, his nutrition, all the obstacles that he's had to face over the season. All of those adversities that he's faced has really showed in that tournament, where he was able to overcome some more adversity and wrestle to the best of his ability. So all those things that he, those trial and errors that he had throughout the year really came together at that tournament. He wrestled a great tournament.
141 pounds, he had the senior Jared Oftedal get a second place finish, losing a tough one against drawn win of McKendree. But the way Jared looks at it, one last tournament, he can get right back at it, and he is honestly one of the favorites.
Yeah, Jared can beat anyone on any given day. He can pin anyone on any given day. And, you know, we talked to Jared, and he can beat that kid. He just needs to go out there and wrestle in his positions, you know, attack a little bit more, get on top, and go to work. So we're confident in Jared. Jared's confident in himself, and he's ready to go.
If anyone's going to give you a heart attack of how close he wrestles the match, his name's James Plesky. Even though he gets the job done 99.9% of the time. Plesky had a regional championship wrapped up this past weekend for him. Back-to-back 3-1 OT wins, but at the end, it matters the most when you get that win.
Yeah, James, we asked him, like, why is he always going to overtime? Why is he always wrestling there? He says he's good at it. So that's why he keeps wrestling in overtime. You know, he's able to go get a takedown when he needs to. And, you know, he can do that throughout the match, throughout first period, second period, third period. He can go out there and dominate. So we just hope that James continues to stay in good position, continue to score points when he needs to, and he'll get the job done. We have faith in him.
157 pounds. Larry Bomstead, his senior, getting fourth place in a tough bracket against Jared Reese, losing a close one for the third place match, but he did score around 27 points on the backside to get to that third place match. So we see from Larry, beating tough kids, he can score points.
Yeah, Larry can beat anyone in the country, and he knows that, and everyone knows that. And, you know, Larry's a leader on this team. He's a captain, and he's a veteran. He's been there. We like where we are in the bracket. You know, we like where Larry's at mentally and physically, and we have no faith that Larry's the best kid in the bracket, and he's going to go out there and show it this next weekend.
165 pounds, redshirt freshman Devin Fitzpatrick having a great tournament. Didn't have it his way during the quarterfinal match, but just like what he's done in the past in his young career, Fitzpatrick came back on the backside, rolled to a third place finish, and he's looking strong at 165.
Yeah, Devin is just really hard to beat. He wrestles for 7 minutes, wrestles hard, a competitor, a real gamer. So, you know, as long as we can continue our pace, continue our attacks, Devin Fitzpatrick can go out there and be a 165-pound national champion as a freshman. There's no doubt about it, and he believes it, and we believe it. So we just hope that he goes out there, pushes the pace, and wrestles it that Husky style of wrestling.
It's not easy beating someone 3 times in 1 year, but that's what Colton Eichens did at 174 pounds against Lucas Polancic of Augustana. 2 of those wins came to a third-place finish for the Piers Healy High School graduate, and Colton Eichens is ready for 174 pounds.
Yeah, we're really looking for big things out of Colton Eichens, looking him to score a lot of bonus points for us, and, you know, get the ball rolling for himself, getting on top and going to work. So we're proud of his work so far this year. He's a great pickup for the Huskies, and we're looking for a bright future out of him, and along with a bright weekend for him as well.
If anyone's got a blast double you want to pay attention to, his name's Tyree Overton at 184 pounds. Great showing for Tyree. Had a speed bump in the finals against Arrow Amo, but for the majority of the year, everyone's had a speed bump against Arrow Amo. But Tyree Overton, quite the wrestling that he had this past weekend with a runner-up finish. He'll be ready to go 184 pounds.
Yeah, Tyree, he's just tough. That's a good way to put it. You know, he's had some adversity himself, and you know, he goes out there, gets the job done, qualifies for nationals, sealing the spot, beating Abernathy. And you know, I'm just so proud of the way he's wrestled at the end of the year. We're really looking forward for you know, another guy to get deep into the tournament and get as high as he can on that podium. We're really looking for good things out of Tyree as well.
For the first time since 2012, the Huskies have a 197-pounder going to the national tourney. His name's Vince Dietz. After getting a regional championship win, Vince Dietz is ready to go here. He is actually number 8 in the NCAA Division II most dominant wrestling standings, but one thing that he wants to stay on top of is that podium come national championship time.
Yeah, I mean, Vince has just done everything right up to this point. He's always the last one to leave the wrestling room. Really puts in a lot of work and a lot of good things. So they're looking for Vince to go out there, continue his leg attacks, continue his dominance that he's been doing all year long. And there's no doubt about it that he can be seen on the top of the podium at the end of that tournament in Iowa. Speaking
of dominance, Lawrence Phillips, 14 pins on the season, ranks him number 2 in the NCAA Division II standings. We're looking at Lawrence Phillips once again have a great tournament. A 3rd place showing at heavyweight with the big boys. Of course, Lawrence has his work cut out for him, but if it's anything like this season, he can pin anybody.
Absolutely. Lawrence can beat anyone in the country who puts his mind to it. He's the biggest, he's the fastest, and he's the strongest heavyweight in the country, in our opinion, as coaches. And we're really looking forward to Lawrence going out there, wrestling hard for 7 minutes, scoring points, and you know, showing his dominance that he really has. He quite hasn't shown it all the way this year. You know, he's pin guys quick, getting off the mat, but you know, we think that he can go out there, pin guys quick, or he can wrestle for 7 minutes and dominate the whole time. So we're really looking for Lawrence to give everything he's got, and that's all we ask of him, is to give everything he's got, and you know, get as far as he can on that podium and to be standing on the top at the end of the year.
That's your 10 qualifiers. Along with the 10 qualifiers, your St. Cloud State Huskies were Super Region 3 team champions. They'll bring the whole team to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, along with a very dominant team that looks to get their 3rd national championship in 4 years. Notre Dame, Pittsburgh, Johnstown are among teams that have the 2nd most wrestlers in the tournament with 7. So St. Cloud State will have 3 more than the rest of the crew, but that means nothing. It means at the very end that you have the most All-Americans, the most champions, to be crowned NCAA Division II wrestling champions. That will do it for Jay and I. Stay tuned to Facebook and Twitter. Wrestling starts next Friday, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and you stay tuned for as much wrestling coverage throughout this week. For Jay, I'm John. That's the Husky Grappler. National Tournament next week.